All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, forever and ever, so let it be true. Love, honor, and respect to the Creator, Yahweh, and to His Holy Son, Yahweh Shai. And double honors to the apostles of GMS, to the 4 major prophets, the minor prophets, and the hopeful elect, the 144,000 brothers, the Akim, who are pushing the word of God to the 4 corners of this earth. And shalom to the great multitude of brothers and sisters and children who are watching these videos. We're on another lesson, and today's lesson is going to be about Godless, U.S.A. Society in America is in the toilet bowl. Now you've seen within the last few days, you've seen what happened out there in Texas. There was another shooting, and this is every day. This is an everyday mass shootings all across the United States. And this is just another school shooting. And it looks like this might be, I've been watching a lot of the parents and the people. At first, I thought maybe it was a false flag type scenario. As I, was watching, and the parents and the children, it looks like this was something that really did happen. That this, 18-year-old kid, just his mind, just like mostly every American youth today, their mind is evil. The people today, we're amongst evil. That's why Yahweh Shai told his apostles, I leave you now amongst the wolves. And we live in a society of sociopaths, psychopaths, pedophiles, peeping toms, prostitutes, creeps, druggies, everything evil is amongst us. So that's why the title of this is going to be called Godless, U.S.A. And why is it godless? Because they took the holy book out of those fake churches. They're not reading the holy book the proper way. They have Bibles, but they cast them behind their back. They took the holy books out of the schools. They took the holy book out of the homes. So now you have a society of demons. And it's just going to get worse and worse. It's not going to get no better. So the last few days, you have students walking out all over the United States, and they're demanding gun reform. And that's not going to help, because this is a violent place. Look, when you turn on the TV, well, every movie you watch has gun violence. It's been like that since I was a little kid. Everything they throw out to you is violence, pedophilia, orgies, and all kinds of other disgusting acts. They break all the laws of God. So you wonder why you have these little kids watching Friday the 13th, Halloween. They're watching all these action-packed movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Rambo, Sylvester Stallone, and all these other actors, garbage pails. And you wonder why society thinks and acts the way they do every day. You turn on the TV, you see violence, armed robberies, assaults, people being jumped, attacked, people being raped, women and men being raped, and children. So, like I said, we live in a very sick world, and it's just going to get worse And, you know, you got all these teachers pushing the students to walk out of school. You have the schools that are upside down. They threw the holy book out of the schools. And you have the whole education starting from the top, from the so-called elites who write the books for your children to read, from your so-called scholars all the way down to the kindergarten teacher. They have their own doctrines. They have their own mind on the left-hand side, their own different gods. So you wonder why your kids are evil. Like I say, you took the book out, and it's just going to get worse by the day. So not only that, you also had the police fail to act quickly. They allowed the massacre to continue. The police, I believe they said 18, 19 police officers were outside of the school. They didn't go in. The chief of police stopped them from going in. He said, wait for more backup, for more SWAT teams. So there was a good 45 minutes. This crazy demon 18-year-old kid had a field day inside the school. So they failed. The police failed. You know, they're there to protect, supposed to protect. That's why I've always said that you can't depend on the government. You can't depend on the police to protect you, to save you. You have to save your own family. That's why you have to get your house in order. So they failed. The delay to response. I guess there were several teachers who were calling 911, begging for their life, begging for help, for police to go in to save them and the children. Police did not do their job. They're being called cowards, and it's a growing outrage of what's happened. So it's just like I said, this is everyday. Mass shootings are every day here in America, because this is America. The violent people here are just wicked. Our whole society is wicked. But it's getting a little windy up here. I'm going to go ahead and start getting down on these scriptures. So I'm going to start with the holy book of Psalms chapter 50, verse 17. I'm going to start with 16. The holy book of Psalms 50, verse 16 and 17. But to the wicked, God says, what right have you to declare my statutes, or take my covenant in your mouth, seeing you hate instruction and cast my words behind you? And that's the truth. This so-called United States, and everybody said, "In God we trust." This country and the nations, all the nations under the sun, do not obey the laws, statutes, and commandments of this holy book. That's why he calls the nations the wicked. They have Bibles in the courtrooms, and they put their hand on the holy book, but they do not obey the instructions. That's why he says to the wicked, God says, U.S.A, the ancient Hebrew name, what right have you to declare my statutes, or take my covenant in your mouth, seeing you hate instruction? And your politicians, your judges, your judicial system, they cast this book behind their back. They hate the truth. They hate the instructions of this holy book. Everything you need to know is in this holy book. And they cast the holy words of God behind their back. Okay? I'm going to jump. Let's see what scriptures we have here now. I'm going to jump to, let's go to Psalms 119. Since I'm in the holy book of Psalms, we're going to go to the holy book of Psalms 119. And the whole chapter is good. We'll probably get into more of the whole chapter, because there's over 100 verses in this chapter. So in the beginning of the holy book of Psalms 119 verse 1, and this is the law of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, okay, where he said, blessed are the undefiled in the way, who walk in the law of the Lord God. Blessed are those who keep his testimonies, who seek him with the whole heart. They also do no sin, no iniquity. They walk in his ways. You have commanded us to keep your precepts diligently. Now, who is this talking to? The only ones that obey the law, statutes, and commandments of this holy book are the men of God, the Akim, the brothers, starting with the apostles, the prophets, and the servants of God, and the great multitude of brothers and sisters and children. To keep your precepts diligently. Verse 5, oh, that my ways were directed to keep your statutes. Then I would not be ashamed when I look into all your commandments. I will praise you with uprightness of heart. And when I learn your righteous judgments, I will keep your statutes. Oh, do not forsake me utterly. So it's beautiful. So happy are those who live a righteous life, who obey the law, statutes, and commandments of this holy book. See, your schools do not obey the law, statutes, and commandments. Your politicians do not obey the law, statutes, and commandments of God. That's why society here in America is in the toilet bowl. Blessed are those who follow his commandments, who obey him with all their heart. And that's the brotherhood. They never do wrong. They walk in the Lord's ways. See, we walk in God's ways. Like I said, you're not going to see the true brothers in this truth. We're not going to be at nightclubs. We're not going to be dancing, getting high on drugs, being drunks, being drunkards on the streets. We keep an arm's length of the wicked. We go to work, we mind our own business, and we pray, and we meditate to God, and we mind our own business. And especially when it gets night. When it gets night, I stay at home. I'm not going to be out there in the streets. I'm not going to participate in wickedness with wicked people who throw the words of God behind their back. That's why every time you turn on the news, it's more and more violence. That's all you see on TV is hatred, people who are vile, orgies, disgusting people, vile people. And it's just going to get worse. That's why he said they never do. He says the Lord God has given us the law, statutes, and commandments. And we've been told, the Holy Book tells us to obey them faithfully. How I hope that I shall be faithful in keeping your instructions. We keep the instructions of the law, statutes, and commandments of God. That's why God brings peace to our household. That's why you have to have your house, you have to get your home in order. Because like I said, America is in the toilet bowl and it's going down the drain. You can't save America. You can't save your neighborhoods. You can't save your block. The only thing you can save is your own household. And that's why God says, be faithful to him and he will bring peace unto you. You will always be, it's like you will always be attacked. It's like I'm attacked every day. But I come out on top. When things look bad, I give everything to God and he saves me at the end of the day. He takes care of me. He's my shield. But I obey 100%. I don't look back to my past. I don't look back to old friends I used to have. I let all that go. I keep on following the light. And what's the light? This holy book. The book is the light of truth. Everything you need to know is in this holy book. Where he also says, also pay attention to all the commandments of God. Then I will not be put to shame. You will not be put to shame if you obey the law, statutes, and commandments of God to the best of your ability. You pray to God, you ask for forgiveness, and you pray over your children. And this whole chapter, this whole book, I'm going to probably the next couple days, I'm just going to focus on it because it's about the laws of the Lord. Obedience to the law of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, where he says, blessed in the laws of the Lord God. Determination to obey the laws of the Lord God. A prayer for understanding. This is the whole chapter of 119. Trusting in the laws of the Lord God, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Having confidence in the laws of God. Devotion to the laws, to the word of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. The value of the laws of the word of God. The justice of the word of the law of the Lord God. Prayer for deliverance. Love the law with all your heart and might, with every fiber of your body. Safety. God brings safety to you when you read the word of God, the law, statutes, and commandments. That whole chapter, you pray over your children. Obedience in the word of God. Desire to obey the law, statutes, and commandments of God. The justice of the laws of the word of the Lord God. A prayer, always these are the prayers of deliverance to your whole household. A plea for help. Dedication to the word, to the laws of God. A prayer, the prayers for God will keep us safe and we endure to the end. So that whole chapter, it starts with verse 1 and it goes all the way to 176. This is a chapter that you should always read with your family. When things get tough and it feels evil, because right now in this world, every time I step outside, I feel evil. It's in the air. It just gets worse and worse. This land is vile. The people are vile. They're godless. I'm going to keep this video short. I'm going to continue it tomorrow. But read that whole chapter, all you brothers and sisters out there. Psalms 119, start with verse 1. Blessed are the brothers and sisters who read the word of God and keep the law, statutes, and commandments, to keep all his precepts, meditate. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai will always bless you and your family, and you will always be protected. God will protect us. He is our shield. We live in a wicked, evil world, and Jacob's trouble is upon us. Like I said, every time you turn on the news, it's not going to get no better. These politicians, they're not going to save you. From the president to the governors to the city mayors, they're godless people. And that's why we live in a society that's so evil and wicked. Okay? We live in a sick society. You can't heal these people. They don't want the truth. They don't want the light. They don't want to know this truth. So I have a ton of, I got like 100 scriptures. We could talk all day on this. I'm just going to make this video right to the point, raw and uncut. And I'm going to add more beautiful scriptures tomorrow. But continue to read the Holy Book. And God will always protect your family. Don't worry about all these other heathens and all these other people getting caught up with the evil acts of these demonic rule that we live in. These people are not protected because God is not in their mind. They're not reading the book every day. This is every day. This is a lifestyle. Change your ways, get right with God, and He will protect you. And whoever believes in the ancient name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai will be saved. So all you brothers and sisters, be safe, meditate, pray to God, and God will be with you to the end of time. So all praises to the Most High God, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, forever and ever. Double honors to the apostles, to the 4 major prophets, the minor prophets, the brothers that are out there on the 4 corners of this earth, and the great multitude of brothers and sisters that obey the precepts of this holy book. God be with you forever and ever. So let it be true. Most High willing, I'll be here tomorrow. The water.